Hello and welcome to highlights of the Hainan Classic, a new addition to the DP World Tour calendar coming from the Blackstone course at Mission Hills. After completing the Grand Slam at Augusta National, Rory McIlroy back in a familiar spot at the top of the race to Dubai. After last week's Volvo China Open in Shanghai, this week we've travelled 12,000 miles south to the tropical island of Hainan, in the heart of the South China Sea and east of Vietnam. Set amongst an idyllic mix of pristine beaches, a surf culture and ancient monuments, the island's previously been a regular stop for both the LPGA and Hotel Planner tours. As you might understand, given Hainan's features, it's a very popular spot for tourists from around the world. The spectacular Blackstone course, one of 10 championship layouts at this Mission Hills resort, and it's used to being in the limelight, the course hosting the 2011 World Cup, won by the USA. And there's a strong Chinese contingent teeing it up this week. Ashen Wu arrives fresh from his 5th DP World Tour victory in his home city of Shanghai. Rising star Wen Yiding, one of 4 home players inside the top 10 at the Volvo China Open, with Wu's win now taking him 1 victory ahead of Haotong Li as the Chinese golfer with most tour wins.
Just support our game and grow our game a lot, and I think just such a great honor to have those events and let us to win. Obviously, Ashen won last week, has 2 more years exemption, and those opportunity to get on a bigger stage, which is very helpful.
The highest placed player in the field on the Race to Dubai rankings is Dan Hillier.
I love coming here. I absolutely love coming to Asia. It was my first time in China last year, and yeah, got to experience Shenzhen, and that was amazing. And yeah, obviously Shanghai last week and Hainan here this week, and yeah, I mean it's just great. I love coming here, and hopefully keep coming back.
But no one arrives with greater confidence than Ashen Wu. After the heartbreak of just losing his card last season, the 39-year-old won it back in style, and coming almost 10 years to the day from his breakthrough victory at the same event.
I think every player would love to win your own country tournament. I'm very happy to win a Volvo China Open again, and with my city, my family was there, and all the fans, all the friends over there. So they are very exciting and very support me, and I think I'm very proud of myself, and a lot of people send me a message, and then I answer every single one. And I think until midnight, like 3 o'clock, go to sleep 3 o'clock, something like that. So it's wonderful. I know everybody was happy and sent a message to me.
Very pleased to see him winning again, and can see him play golf every week on the European Tour again. So yeah, just really happy for him.
The Blackstone course, aptly named as it's known for its striking volcanic rock landscape and strategic design, there is plenty to love. It's a spectacular par 72 that can play over 7,700 yards with some dramatic elevation changes and fairly small undulating greens.
Yes, quality place to stay. The golf course itself is world class. Yeah, it's very demanding. Thankfully, I've played half decent these last couple of days, and yeah, but I know it can catch you up pretty quick. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the weekend. It's going to be a great challenge, and yeah, obviously, you know, with a couple of Chinese blokes playing well as well, it's yeah, it's going to be a good spectacle.
I love it, and a lot of great stone and black stone here, and a lot of nice view here. But I think the challenge is the temperature, and everybody have to calm down because the heat was here. And I think the course was great condition, and if you play good, calm down, you got a patient, you got a lot of birdie chance. So just stay patient.
Patience then required for the final leg of the Asian swing. Richard Mansell triumphed at the Porsche Singapore Classic. Another breakthrough winner with Eugenio Chacarra at the Hero Indian Open. And then a home hero in Shanghai in the shape of Ashen Wu. who is going to emerge this week. This is how it looks on the rankings with much at stake. The winner getting into the events in phase 2 of the season and the top 3 qualifying for the PGA Championship at Quail Hollow. Eugenio Chacarra second on the list coming into the week. The Spaniard following up his victory in India with a 4th place finish at the Volvo China Open. He's a man in form and determined to make sure he gets that major start.
Not having a chance of playing that major for a long time, this Inside 10 Pro, so everything that gets me to qualify to play with the best players in the world, that's what I dreamed since I was little. So yeah, very thankful for the European Tour for having that opportunity for us. And if I go play my best and have fun, I think I'll be fine. But I'm very thankful that the European Tour has that because it helps the European players to get a chance to compete with the best players in the world.
So much then at stake. I'm Richard Kaufman alongside DP World Tour winner Anthony Wall. Let's catch up with the action from the first 3 days of this Hainan Classic.
Yeah, looking to go back-to-back, really, Ashanwu. Just a short par 3, 8th down the hill. Not many can do that, so really a solid performance would be just fine this week. Beautiful shot in there. 3 rounds of 72, 70, 72 for -2. Good performance considering he must be feeling slightly fatigued.
Yeah, all those text messages at night. 9th on the race to Dubai, Hao Tong Lee looked in the mood again to challenge after a first round 66 took him into a share of the lead. But rounds of 75, 76 followed for the Qatar Masters champion.
Low hands of Wenny Ding. A really impressive young player on the DP World Tour. 4 top 20s in a row. Just shows his class. Continues to play beautifully. 3 rounds, he's 6 under par and going into Sunday in fine form.
Eugenio Chacarra in contention for the 3rd event in a row. The 25-year-old Spaniard looked fully fit after suffering that thumb injury a week ago in Shanghai. A birdie finish on day 2 took him to 5 under at halfway.
Birdie chance for Dan Hillier. Showed his class in Dubai, finishing 2nd in January to Tyrrell Hatton. 67 and 70, only a couple behind. Surely will challenge.
No let up from Chacarra in the 3rd round, raising the noise levels in a 68 that made it 13 rounds out of 15 under par so far in 2025 on the DP World Tour. He was just 3 back.
The left-hander, Elvis Smiley, Aussie PGA champion at the start of this season. Quality golf, wonderful iron shot, 3 rounds in the 60s, -10, just a couple behind, lurks.
And Smiley not the only lefty in the mix at 10 under. Joining him on that mark was Sam Bairstow from Sheffield in England. Looking for a breakthrough victory, Bairstow with just 3 bogeys through the first 3 days, knocking on the door again.
As we've seen, Dan Hillier, highest ranked player in the field this week, going for the par 5, 12th in 2. Top 5 in the race to Dubai, showing his class once more. Beautiful shot in there to a tight flag.
Well, there's no doubt who the surprise package to emerge in the 3rd round was. It was Bowen Xiao. Starting the weekend at 5 under par, the Chinese player picked up an early birdie here at the 1st. Then it went a little quiet for the player ranked outside the top 1,000 in the world rankings, but he really motored on the back nine. This at the 10th was the first of 6 birdies in 7 holes, hoping Xiao to a wonderful bogey-free 65 that moved him into a share of the lead at 12 under par.
And talking of 65s, Marco Penge, another one of these young guys, really making a name for themselves on the DP World Tour. Leaderboard is littered with them. Hotel Planner winner in 2023. So class. Great chance, just down the hill, just a little slippery one, but perfect pace, 65, 12 under, looking good.
Yeah, he's doing really well, especially given the really hot conditions as well. And it's so wide open, 19 players within 5 shots of the lead. Martin Kuvra alongside Bairstow and Smiley at 10 under. Rasmus Nergaard Pedersen certainly lurking too, but it's Xiao and Penge they all have to catch.
been really working on this year to try and stay patient and acceptant of, you know, whatever the outcome is. Me and my caddy have just been trying to control the things we can control, and you know, at the end of the day, if I go and play well tomorrow or not, it's not going to define me as a person, and I just appreciate doing what I do and I love it. So yeah, just go and have fun really.
Event number 50 in China on the DP World Tour, and the leaders head out with so much on the line for the final round of this inaugural edition of the Hainan Classic. Welcome back to the very first Hainan Classic on the Blackstone course at Mission Hills Resort in China, where it's tightly bunched going into the final day's play. Dan Hillier started the day one shot off the lead and with high hopes of adding to his British Masters win 2 years ago. But a big mistake at the first led to a double bogey 6, a damaging error, and the Kiwi now back to 8 under par.
Yeah, very much so. Not what you're looking for, has to be said. Just want a nice steady start. Now, Chikara just seems to be the top of the leaderboard ever since India. Start the first. And the full 360. Birdie at 2, making an early move. Makes birdie at 5 as well, so really looking good on this front 9. Second shot into 7. Beautifully under the hole. Rolls that in, 9-12. And the winner in India is off again.
Plenty of birdies early on as well for Rasmus Nergaard Pedersen, who began the day 3 adrift. A birdie here at the second for the Dane, who's had a stellar 13 months. And judging this one nicely at the downhill par 3, 5th, 172 yards to a left flag, and the world number 78 in a run of 4 birdies in 5 holes that took him to -11.
Reached the par 5 in 2, Sean Crocker. Not easy to do. Green just sits down a little bit of a bowl, hard to find. Beautifully weighted effort, stone dead. Moves on at 6, now at 7. Just trying to keep the run going, really. Only one drop shot on this front 9, 4 birdies on it. Out in 33, 11 under. Just some great golf being played at the minute.
Marco Penge bogeyed the second, and how about this touch from an awkward spot at the par 3 5th to avoid another drop. Short-sided, 1 foot out of the bunker. Sublime. His overnight co-leader, Bowen Xiao, would drop a shot at this hole, but not Penge. And inspired by his recovery efforts, he went on to birdie the next, the par 5 6th, to get back to 12 under. If it was close at the start of the day, well, it was even tighter now. The top 8 separated by just a single shot, a 3-way share for the lead, with Christopher Rayton picking up 3 shots in the first 7 holes.
I just wonder how important that bunker shot will be for Penge. Risking a bogey, getting out of jail. Rayton down the hill at 8. Par 3s are tough this week. They're quite long, small targets. Going to have to work hard from the sand.
Anthony, you know this course fairly well. You played in the Mission Hills World Celebrity Pro-Am back in the day here. I mean, how tricky is it? Where do you need to score?
It's grainy. Greens are great, which helps. Sam Bairstow down the hill rolls another one in. Yeah, it's grainy. It's long. Well, fairways are quite wide actually, but it's hot, so the players are working hard, more than you would ever imagine actually. Awkward.
It's not going to get much easier from over there for Rayton. He's had an up and down kind of week. Off to 7.
Just a layup really with a 9. There's a few of them out here. But Penge's long irons are almost like most people's hybrids and 3-woods. One of the longest out there on the DP World, but really just a chance to relax. Easy tee shot.
Back to the troubles for Rayton at this par 3. Shot number 3 now.
Nicely done, almost risking making 5 or 6, but got a flat chance.
Well, that's a good view of what Penge has over the trees.
It's back flag with a tree there. It's not in play, but it's certainly in your mind. Just want to carry the ridge and get it up on top, which he does. Fine effort.
Yeah, a kind of slow start for Marco Penge. He said after yesterday's round he's been working hard on accepting whatever the outcome is. That's easier said than done, though.
Absolutely. Caddy Max, though, you know, he's worked with David Law, Soren Kjeldsen, you know, big players on tour. They'll help him through these moments. And how about that for a bogey? That's the bogey of the year for Christopher Wrighton from that bunker.
Never had a DP World Tour top 10, Xiao. 1 over for the day right now.
Very much happy with the conditions under the hole. He'll be nervous though coming home. Won't be easy, but you've got to get through these moments if you want to play golf for a living.
Yeah, he's an experienced campaigner. He's 35 now, so he's been a pro a while. Has won a couple of times, once on the China Tour, once on the Asian Tour. Chikara always going to be a threat, and this is for a share of the lead. Said it again this week, Anthony. You know, he said, when I'm healthy, I'm one of the best players in the world. He doesn't lack confidence.
No, he doesn't, but he actually is, and that's the thing. It's, if you can back it up, which you can, why not go ahead and say it's a hard enough game if you don't have the confidence.
Big cheers for Xiao. Feel a lot better after that first birdie of the day.
Yeah, it makes a big difference. Settles the nerves. Just be tense, really. John Crocker's won on the DP World Tour, so he knows how to get it done, but done for field, really. He's a really good player. Great friends with Sergio Garcia, same management company back in the day, so he's been exposed to the pressure. And there you go, cutting the corner, getting it into 6 feet. Beautiful shot at 10.
To get back into a share of the lead for Marco Penge. Great chance here at 7. You were there in Korea last year when, you know, he had to make that big putt just to make the weekend and keep his card. Different kind of pressure today.
Absolutely, it was great TV. In a way, almost be more relaxed. Crocker, wonderful shot in just under the hole. So important this week. The greens are slippery. Hands miles forward, almost jamming it against that left wrist, but gets it done. Moves to 12 under.
Yeah, gets closer to the top, does Crocker. Eugenio Chikara trying to make it 2 wins in 3 starts, joined by Penge at 13 under. Fabrizio Zanotti with 4 unanswered birdies, making a last day move to get within 2 of the top. And after getting that much needed first birdie of the round at the 7th, Bowen Xiao gave it straight back at the next. Maybe wanting to hear those cheers again, he charged his birdie attempt and de-greened it, leading to a bogey 4. He's 11 under again.
Yeah, this stage, it's all emotions, it really is. They can all play, they're all playing well, they're top of the leaderboard. Can you keep your emotions in check? Long handle for Chikara, a little stab. Last bogey of the day. Still out in 33, but that feels like a bit of blow.
Yeah, Christopher Wrighton, though, back in business at the start of the back 9. The 27-year-old from Oslo moving back to within 1 of the lead thanks to this approach and a hole putt at 10.
Seen much of this man. There you go, Peterson. An aggressive player, birdie machine, played well in the States not long ago, so this is going to be some career, let me tell you.
Yeah, it's a narrow lead, but Marco Penge now alone at the top. 4 players tucked just a stroke behind at this Hainan Classic, and here is the man they're all chasing at the 9th.
Good view of the swing. Wide arc, hits it hard, actually driving the ball better than ever, actually, but still long. Doesn't leave much behind. Elevated tee, never easy, but manages to cling on to the right side.
Yeah, what an opportunity for someone like Penge, though. First win, you know, the next major, the PGA at Quail Hollow,
yeah, absolutely
as well.
Absolutely, there's so much to play for, and it changes your career, it changes your season. You can plan so much more. You can maybe play the odd event less. Down the hill, 11 for Crocker, 227 the par 3.
Good view again of what Penge faces. Over 500 yards this par 4.
It's an impressive place. It really is. Look at that, just trying to cut it off that downslope.
It's like a city, isn't it, really?
It very much is. And the weather's always amazing. It's hot, really hot. So the grass grows like you can't believe. Fine shot again. Great control off that downslope.
73 yesterday from Sean Crocker after leading at halfway, but fighting back towards the top again.
Hard to make 2s.
Oh,
That makes 1.
And tied for the lead again. He kind of said after that second round that the golf is secondary to what he's really working on, which is the mental side of things. And I think you said there an unfulfilled talent a little earlier.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you see someone like Nygaard Pedersen, he seems to have that rawness and has that talent. But it is about the mental side, going to that next level. Will it cling on? Just about. It's okay. As I said, long par 3, so no dramas there.
Rating coming to a part of the course he loves. On Friday, it looked like he might miss the cut. He was 6 over par for the day through 10 holes after playing so well on day 1, but he turned it around brilliantly and has carried that on.
Let's have another look at Chikara. Seems to always wear orange on the weekend. Tall man, he's got real presence about him. Doesn't seem to be a weakness in the game. His confidence, I think, is up there with the best of them. Guy's in the middle of the green. Fine shot.
Yeah, he and Nygaard Pedersen actually were teammates at Oklahoma State University. There's the European team rankings for the Ryder Cup, and Rasmus Nygaard Pedersen is just outside of where he needs to be, although he did play in the Team Cup, didn't he, for Europe, and he'll be thinking that that's a possibility.
Well, he's a birdie machine, so absolutely I would be thinking that. Right to left for Penge.
One ahead again.
And you're just starting to think now at this point, you're holding 15, 20 footers when it matter. Will it be my day? You do have to hole some.
Just about kept on the green here, Rasmus Nygaard Pedersen.
Slow one up the hill. Will be into the grain. It's a little bit left on that.
Yeah, that Ryder Cup a long shot for him, but you've got to aim big, and he has finished second both on the DP World Tour and PGA Tours this season.
Oh yeah, if you don't aim big, someone else will and take his spot. You've just got to try and stay aggressive, which is hard to do on a Sunday.
Needs to sit down. I think that'll be okay for Marco Penge.
Yeah, it want to be, won't it? That's pretty heavy there. There's not much rough. So this week very much suits Penge. And there he is, just looking at his book, just checking the number, just obviously out of sight.
Fabulous start to the back 9. Birdie for Sean Crocker.
Well, he's a par 5 player. He's a big hitter. He's a striker on the upslope. So launching this, so really helping him here. Just clings onto the front, gets the bounce you want. Feed him round. Great shot.
Well, I said it was a great start to the back 9. Might get even better after that one.
This does not look easy for Wrighton. Sort of up that little ridge, and then it's just quickening off that last third. So from here it's difficult, hard to judge, hard to get it high enough actually to give it a chance, but actually very good effort.
Yeah, didn't find that long grass. Ball a little bit above his feet here though for Penge.
Shouldn't really be worrying about a flyer, really. That first cut's not really a problem.
He's done well. Birdie look coming up. Max on the back, trying to keep him chilled.
Well, that was what I noticed in Korea, the back end of last season, trying to get his card for the first time. He was with him every shot. It was almost like a Steve Williams performance with Tiger Woods. Slow one for Chikara, bound to break left on him. For me, he's looking a bit weary. As I said, he seems to be at the top of the leaderboard every week at the minute. Now back to Crocker. To right all the way. Quick one. Great pace.
15 under par. Birdie, eagle now for the man who started the week 142nd on the race to Dubai. Crocker led it halfway, slipped back yesterday. Now back in front again.
Now back to Penge. Another one that's just downhill, so almost just breaking off that left and just trickling away. Can he hold it up? Another one goes in, and all of a sudden they're as big as a bucket out there for a few of them.
Crocker wasn't alone at the top for long, was he? Penge back alongside him. This is the part of the course where Xiao played so well, caught fire yesterday.
That's the thing, do you look at leaderboards or do you not? You just try and play your game, pick a number. It's anyone's guess on a Sunday afternoon, it really is.
Xiao now part of a chasing pack who've got a bit of work to catch the leaders. Sean Crocker, the Hero Open champion of 2022, and Marco Penge, who's looking for a breakthrough win. Now a 3-shot gap from them to the rest. Plenty of golf still to come, but Sean Crocker is on a charge and a half to start the back 9 at the Hainan Classic. Welcome back to highlights of the inaugural staging of the Hainan Classic, the second of back-to-back events on the DP World Tour in China. Marco Penge and Sean Crocker in a share of the lead coming down the back 9, but after 4 birdies in his previous 5 holes, a mistake off the tee at the par 3 11th from Penge, turning it over and missing the green long and left. It would lead to a bogey, the Englishman slipping back to 14 under par.
Almost felt like bogey was a good score there, really. It could have easily gone anywhere and caught that buggy path. Pedersen just on the edge of the par 5 in 2, so just trying to lay this one down dead. Nicely done. Moves to 13 under, well in this.
Same hole, and Christopher Rayten also putting for eagle. The Norwegian, though, like Neergaard Pedersen, having to settle for a birdie. Number 12 of the weekend. The Hotel Planner Tour graduate in the mix for a breakthrough win.
Couvre, young Frenchman, love this player. He's got a big future in the game. Once more, top of the leaderboard. Birdie at the par 5, 12th, 11 under. Another great week.
Another mistake, though, from one of the leaders after that dream start to the back 9. A bump back down to earth for Sean Crocker, the American, making a mess of 14. Unable to save par with the putter, an untimely bogey 5. Crocker back to 14 under.
Just starting to make the odd mistakes. What happens, it's pressure. You're a long way from home. Penge, short birdie putt, makes it 15 under par. Gets that drop shot back straight away.
And it means that Marco Penge is now leading by 1 from Crocker, who's a few groups out ahead of him. A birdie at 12, cancelled out by a bogey at 13 for Eugenio Chacarra, and Bowen Xiao still the home hope.
Nice view, watch the head. Just 2 turns, loads of power, Penge.
Bit of a hole, this one.
Yes, absolutely. It will be a layup, I can tell you that.
681 yards. There's not many, Anthony, I'd say longer than that.
No, but he has pitched on the downslope, Richard, so he's got an extra 20. But no, his power, even he won't be able to get there in 2, but he's got a chance for the wedge.
Yeah, which is what Couvre has done. Birdie opportunity for a player who's had 3 top 10s already in his rookie season. Back-to-back birdies, 2 under for the day, 3 off the lead now.
He's got a bounce in his step, and Sundays seems to suit him, which when you're in the middle of the field, you want to end up finishing top 15, top 20. You can make seasons by that. It's a great performance again. On par 3.
Yeah, this hole playing tough today.
Just stick there. It's actually not a problem there. Now, back to that par 5, 681. He's laid up, Penge. Wedges, looking inside 15 feet. Bit of spin control, manages just to hang on to that sort of go zone. Up the hill, more importantly.
Yeah, you don't feel like it is a duel, even if those two have at times separated themselves, Crocker here and Penge. It's another mistake, though, from Crocker.
I think he had to chip that, but he's coming up into the grain. Just too much loft, and it just grabbed that grain and just pulled it up too quickly. And they're the sort of mistakes when the pressure builds. You just want to keep away from those moments.
Especially in the mood that Marco Penge is in right now.
We saw the wedge. What's that, 12, 15 feet max. Just keep the pace up, which he hasn't done, but it drops.
Back-to-back birdies. And he's 2 clear for now. Because, of course, Crocker's still got work to do up at 15.
Just inviting the pressure on himself with the poor pitch. The high hands. Left off the face, really. And that's not over and done with, is it?
No, back-to-back bogeys. At just the wrong moment for Sean Crocker.
This almost feels as hard as the number 4 from the other way, so just a hair left to right. Nicely holed.
Huge disappointment And it wasn't that long ago, was it, that Penge and Crocker were tied for the lead, but the Americans' mistakes compounded by Penge's excellence, and suddenly the lead is 3 for the Englishman with 5 holes to play.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. That's exactly how I would be approaching the 14th now. Just make some pars, make everyone else find some birdies. Using his power again, the driving iron. She's got a graphite shaft in that as well, as if he doesn't hit it far enough already. Nicely down the left side. Nice flat stance. A beautiful spot.
Some tough holes coming down the stretch, particularly this 15th. There's only been 2 birdies here so far today.
Through the grain for Wrighton. Tough one to judge.
Tee pushed up at 16, so a chance to get home.
Yeah, like that. It's a good play. It's a small green, so it requires a good shot, but it is driver for Crocker, really.
Playing 308 yards.
Full carry as well. That's the miss on that left side. It won't be much better than that today, I would have imagined.
On the ball very quickly there, Neergaard Pedersen.
But you can just see the sort of patch of grain. There's a dark strip that runs across the hole, so clearly playing a little bit harder than it looks.
13 months ago he won the Kolkata Challenge on the Hotel Planet Tour. Just hasn't looked back since.
Plays a lot of golf with Victor Holland, doesn't he? So his confidence is clearly high, playing with the proper players in the world, but slightly rushing it maybe.
That was a rare mistake. It is very hot out there, which is why you can see all the players are in shorts. I mean, we've had temperatures of up to 40 degrees. This for the eagle for Crocker.
Yeah, I almost want to say I'm jealous, but I think low 30s is enough for me. Nicely done. Should be not a problem. That should be a birdie 3. Back left flag. Will suit Penge. Doesn't need birdies now, just needs to hit good shots. The left knee went early, so he's obviously worried about it going long.
Oh, nearly.
None of it.
Nearly pitched it in.
Maybe half a club short and pulled it. Who cares? It's in there tight.
He's in the zone. Crocker does get his birdie. The lead is back to 2. For now, though, we know Penge has got that great chance coming up.
And here it is. Through the shadow, but I don't think it'll bother him. It's not that close to the hole. Just outside left. Perfect pace.
A 7th birdie in 9 holes. That is title-winning golf, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a joker performance, really, because the course is not that easy. You see it's 17 under par. It's great golf.
Yeah, Marco Penge lighting it up. The 26-year-old who'd battled so hard to keep his card last season, dealing with pressure of a different kind in China, and he looks in the mood to enter the winner's circle thanks to that birdie blitz. 3 ahead with 4 to play over Sean Crocker and closing in at the Hainan Classic. The closing stages of the Hainan Classic at Mission Hills Resort, where Marco Penge took a 3-shot lead into the final 4 holes. After making a double at his opening hole of the day, it was always going to be an uphill battle for Dan Hillier. So close to an eagle too, though, the short par 4 16th. The Kiwi, though, 1 over for his round and outside the top 10.
Yeah, not ideal, but they've all got their own mini goals. Little left to right up, back-to-back birdies for Rafi Barnrat.
Yeah, that took him back to 10 under par. The 16th, as we've seen, playing one of the easiest holes on the course, and Christopher Reitan wasn't going to miss out on the birdie fun there. The Norwegian, who stepped away from competitive golf for 6 months in 2022, moving into 3rd place at 14 under par.
I always think top 10s, top 5s, and if you win one, happy days. Pedersen, birdie putt, up and down day, but look how determined that face is. He wants to win, doesn't he? Won't be long, I don't think.
I think it would be a matter of time. Sean Crocker hadn't given up the fight as well. After those back-to-back bogeys at 14 and 15, the American made it consecutive birdies at 16 and here at 17, 15 under par to cut the lead to 2 over Penge.
And 3 to play. Birdie try. He just lacks a bit of pace, but it doesn't matter. It's a birdie try, so it's a par. One more ticked off the list, 2 to go.
Yeah, but you say things aren't quite over yet. Penge 2 ahead, 2 to play. A closing 67, by the way, from the Ryder Cup vice-captain, Edoardo Molinari. A second top 10 of the season for the Italian.
Yeah, good performance. Another elevated tee, another iron for Penge. No mistakes. Got the 18th to come. It's the second hardest hole on the course, so he will still be thinking about some solid play. Water down the right, so well done. Middle of the fairway.
He'll be feeling it though, Marco Penge. Oh, that's a disappointing finish for the teenager Yan Hanzhou, the 17-year-old. Double bogey to finish. But it's been a really good week. Sliding down the leaderboard though to finish at 5 under par.
Yeah, tightening towards the end. It's never easy. Back left pin, and talking of tightening, sometimes these are hard to get close to. Body stops turning. No issue there though. Is it floating? Asking it to go. That's okay.
Yeah, it's safe. It's not been a straightforward year for him, has it? It had that 3-month enforced break, but he's come back strongly, Marco Penge. Who can deny him now? Maybe Sean Crocker.
Yeah, he talks so fondly about his family, which I love. Life away from golf is important.
Water right here at 18.
It's a long, thin green. Again, another pin that's tucked, but that's pretty much where you're aiming, hoping to drift it. And if it's not, it's 30 feet. It's no problem.
All pars since the 10th for Xiao.
Difficult. Relatively heavy lie pitching on a downslope, so having to run it through the fringe. You don't see many of those to the pound.
And still not keeping it on the green.
Just shows you no shot. Just there's spots around here you just can't go, and that's clearly one of them.
Yeah, his hopes of winning have gone. And Crocker could do with this to keep his alive.
It's a hard putt actually, because you're thinking that he needs to challenge Penge, ask the question, so you've got to give it a go, but downhill it's always going to run through. Hang on, don't go against the collar. It's probably better there than against the collar, but can't blame him for having a go at it.
No, he knows that he had to make the 3 there, really, to put some pressure on Penge at the top. Disappointing for Sean Crocker. He's been up there all week, really. Hit the front on day 2. Some real signs that Kiradech Aphibarnrat's getting closer to that first win in 7 years.
Yes, a quality player. Still worried to see that knee strapped up, so clearly not happy still.
He was tied for the lead after day 1, but that's going to be a bogey finish. A round of 71, 9 under par for Kiradech Aphibarnrat.
Yeah, 4 decent rounds of golf. Maybe just lacked a little bit of cutting edge coming in.
Par finish probably would do it now.
I think so. You almost want a quick one when you're under pressure, because you tend to back off them a little bit, but this is going to release out, so as long as he keeps his nerve, it should release down to the hole, which it does. The perfect leave. 6 inches, Richard. You'll be happy with one of those.
Absolutely, and his life might just get a little bit easier coming down 18 if this one doesn't drop for Crocker.
But it's slow. We saw how quick it was coming up there. Yeah, there you go. Easy, so easy to do. He'll be frustrated, but it's been a brilliant performance.
Yeah, 8 birdies and an eagle. I mean, that was the 4th bogey of the round, but still, fabulous golf from Sean Crocker. 66, 14 under par.
Yeah, I just wonder whether he'll be looking at those bogeys and probably thinks that's the reason. The golf was good, but 1 or 2 too many mistakes.
Yeah, it's a drop shot for Xiao, so he'll go back to 11 under par, which will take him into a tie for 6th place now. The 18th's not easy, we know that, but Marco Penge has a 3-shot lead to take up the final hole of this Hainan Classic.
Yeah, it's a nice number, that. Most people would feel comfortable with 3 shots. Brighton clearly hit a beautiful shot into this 18th. Trying to jump a spot or 2. And that'll hurt, actually. He'll think about that all the way home. They're playing for a lot of points. Big events, big prize funds.
Should be a share of 2nd place, at least as it stands for Rayton, though. But you're right, it did cost him a few points. Lovely shot in from Neergaard Pedersen. He can't make the putt count, but another Solid week it looks like for him. It'll be a closing 67. Fourth place at 13 under.
Nice crowd at 18. Chikara has to be fatigued. Been playing a lot of golf and playing well.
I mean, the finish to his round, what, 5 bogeys to go with 2 birdies in the last 7 holes, not a par. Tied 11th, will be enough though to see him finish top 3 on the Asian swing, which is so important. Marco Penge should also finish top 3 if he wins here as well, and that'll get them into the major at Quail Hollow, the PGA Championship.
Oh, it's a great gift, that. I mean, just keeps on giving. It really does. Just an iron once more. A fairway you shouldn't miss, but it's all about the second shot.
Yeah, staying focused. Bairstow for a closing 71. So that'll be a second top 10 of the season for the Leslie, playing with Martin Couver and Elvis Smiley. Couver shooting around a 70 today.
Yeah, nice group. 3 good young players. They're all going to be winners in the next few years, no question.
50th DP World Tour event in China. The first came back in 2004 at the BMW Asian Open.
Well, that's what Penge has got. Looking left, just trying to hold this one, cut it in a little bit, knowing he's got plenty in the bank, so down the left side is fine. Yep, absolutely perfect. Can relax now, Richard.
He can enjoy the walk, and it's a much deserved and well-earned walk as well to victory here for Marco Penge. Great to see the crowds come out as well. I mean, what is an amazing result. 10 golf courses here at Mission Hills. Crowds have enjoyed it, and it was so tight for so long, but this man has just stood head and shoulders above everyone else.
Well, he hit the shots, but he also held the putts. Often that is the case. Someone just separates himself from the pack, and again, just you're nervous. You've got a 3-shot lead, but what a pace putt.
So close to birdie number 8 there of the day for Marco Penge. That really would have finished it in style. '73 for Xiao today, but what a week really, what a week to remember.
Absolutely. Never easy playing in front of your home crowd. A good golf course in Great Nick. You never stop learning out there. You'll be pleased.
What a performance. A breakthrough victory for Marco Penge at the Hainan Classic. What a weekend from him as well. 65-67. Some way to do it.
Yeah, it just backs up the new talent out on the tour. The DP World Tour constantly finds them. Andy Sullivan, Jack Senior, another fine player.
Yeah, leading the celebration party.
Why not? A lot of stress. They've got a long journey home. It's been a hot week.
Yeah, but the sweetest of winning feelings for Marco Penge with a 3-shot victory at the Hainan Classic, making all the hard work and sacrifices worthwhile.
Yeah, obviously means the world to me. Something that I've always dreamt of achieving is obviously winning at the biggest stage. You know, we spend a lot of time away from home, and you know, all of us lads are doing this for our wife, our family, our kids. You know, to be able to say that I've won on the DP World Tour when my son is a little older and kind of be a hero to him. You know, that's what I walked to the tee. I watched some videos of him laughing and smiling, and just kind of gave me a bit of that inner strength today, and yeah, I couldn't thank them enough.
Keita Nakajima, tied 11th this week, is the Asian Swing champion, which earns him $200,000, entry into all the back 9 events. Chikara finishes in second, and the champion here, Marco Penge, in third, which means all 3 will get a place at the next major, the PGA Championship. Masters champ Rory McIlroy still leads the race to Dubai. Dan Hillier jumps 2 spots to number 5, and with his win this week, Marco Penge moves up from 45th to 11th. The very first Hainan Classic, and one Marco Penge will never forget. Goodbye.
To watch another DP World Tour video, click here, and to subscribe, click here.